Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And we've cleared out the boss rematches. And now it's time to head this way, the way that Honey went. Okay, we're not dealing with the Goo King. I don't want to put effort into this and then, you know, have the stuff up ahead. Okay. Giant door that Honey can open. You're an amazing machine. Do you know that, Honey? Attention. Navigator code for highest level functions accepted. Access to library mode granted. Okay. Yeah, we're still going. I told you guys this final dungeon would be like 10 parts or nearly 10. I don't know if we're quite at 10 videos yet since we started this, but it feels like it's been close. Welcome. We serve the Almighty Goddess. Before you meet with the Holy Myria, please hear our words. Do I have to? Oh no, you have monsters in here. That battle looked insane. We're not doing that. We don't need to do that. Actually, I think someone's like one battle away from leveling up. The Holy Myria awaits you ahead. Why, you said I had to listen to your... You didn't tell me anything worthwhile. Before the coming of Myria, the world was dying. The wounded earth was being covered by sand, and the very life was being sucked out of its inhabitants. I don't know what that glowing water is. The grieving Myria used all her divine power to divide the world into two halves. One half being where you are now, the Desert of Death, and the other, the world you came from, overflowing with life. I don't know if I'd call that overflowing, not to mention the fact that she clearly created and sent creatures like Mikba and Balio and Sunder, and a lot of those other boss monsters we've been dealing with. The two worlds are separated by the vast and violent ocean you call the Outer Sea. Which protects your world from the desert. If she's so great and powerful, why couldn't she just, you know, get rid of the desert entirely? The majority of life that escaped death was taken, like yourselves, to the other world. Oh, this is not multi-pathing in the way that I thought it was. Place is kind of trippy. Oh, hello. It is Myria's desire to protect life. Unless it's the life of the brood, right? To protect your world. Even a monster's life is sacred to Myria. Again, except for the brood, right? And a lot of her monsters were wreaking way more havoc than the brood ever did on the world. In order to protect the life she so loved, Myria instituted many forms of safeguards and controls. Foremost among those is the control of technology. So she left people to be struggling and poor with minimal access to technology. Technology that could have made their lives better and made things, I don't know, less of a junk heap. Myria makes certain that no dangerous machines, like weapons, are developed. Well, she did a really piss-poor job of that, didn't she? Myria allows the use and repair of only existing machines. How do you explain the rocket that Repsol built in Momo's tower and keeps the study of machines from leading to potentially destructive ends? What about the whole thing at the plant creating mutants? And Pallet's involvement? Where was she during that? I feel like the other way was the way forward. What is this then? This also feels like the way forward. Let's take the other way that feels like the way forward before taking the current way that felt like the way forward. That's a door. Okay, that felt like the way forward. But what is this going to then? Oh. This goes to Myria. We missed the other person talking. Okay, well, it's time to deal with this. Whatever. Nina, Momo, Guardian Gar, and Ryu. Notice she did not address Peko. My brave, strong children, aka Yggdrasil, who have crossed the violent ocean and the burning desert. This is like creepy and angelic music at the same time. I am Myria. Yeah, the other thing that Ryu had visions of a couple times early in the game. O great and mighty goddess, we have journeyed far seeking you, that we might know the truth. Yet she couldn't appear to us at Angel Tower. O goddess, tell us, why did the brood have to be destroyed? Is there anyone who wishes the destruction of life? I certainly do not. Yet you value monsters that terrorize and kill people. Where were you when the new was attacking people and stealing crops? That was harming people's life. I smack her already. The power of the brood was too great. Too great for my small, small world. It's not really your world, because didn't you create the brood to begin with? Or you're not really much of a creator. This is why I kind of don't like the whole concept of deities in games, because they're kind of just not. This side of the world is almost entirely buried by sand, making it almost impossible for anything to survive. Yet there is a whole oasis village. Not to mention the secret village of the brood that, Life has been driven nearly to extinction. And clearly your quote-unquote help has not been that big of a influence. But this music is kind of like angelic, half angelic and half evil at the same time. I have to preserve what little is left. You're not preserving anything. You're letting creatures like Mikba and Balio and Sunder terrorize people. I had to save the rest of the world from the danger called the Brood. When did the Brood ever materialize or substantiate any sort of danger? They didn't. So what you're saying is, we should just sit back and let you take care of us? Like we were your babies or something, right? Exactly, Ree. If I did not hold it back using the outer sea as a shield, the desert would slowly, inevitably, spread across the entire world. So you couldn't actually just, like, snap your fingers and get rid of the desert. You could only, reshape the world and put a sea between it and the rest of the world. Yeah, you're very pathetic. If I did not continue to create the machines that are repaired and used worldwide, civilization as we know it would surely perish. But while we don't have the means now, someday we might be able to build our own machines. If the world were covered by sand, your lives would be consumed with the struggle to survive. You would not be able to build anything. Even if you succeeded in creating the machines you needed, can you say with certainty that you would not also build a weapon with which you might also destroy yourselves, Momo? There's plenty of weapons that people were destroying people with. You didn't stop them. In the past, this world was large. Larger than you can imagine. Many people once lived here in Zarzan. But the people fought and quarreled, and the city was swallowed by the desert. I was unable to protect that. How come? How come, huh? That's because you're kind of pathetic for a goddess. I will not make the same mistake again. I will protect you and all the life that is left. Why don't we create our own life? I understand what you're trying to say. We are weak, and maybe we do need help and protection. And the power of the Brood may be similar to the power that destroyed this city so long ago. It is the desert that destroyed the city. But what are you saying we should do? Are you saying that Ryu must die? Or that he has to spend the rest of his life locked up in some little room in an artificial world like Tipo? Oh. No kidding. I don't like the fact that this is all being controlled by you. That you're pulling all the strings. Yeah, she unleashed creatures like Mikba and Balio and Sunder. I'm just like a little kid, see? If you tell me to sit still, it just makes me want to run around more, yeah? Oh, goddess. We have no desire to give Ryu up to you, nor do we wish to see him killed. Oh, we're preparing for a fight. Having traveled with him, I can say that I do not believe that the power of the Brood is as fearsome and dangerous as you claim it to be. I'm shocked. that nearly the entire world is covered by sand, but with our power working together, then maybe, just maybe, she moved her hands. Enough, my children. I admire your bravery and couragery. There is no need to worry. I will erase your memories of this place and simply return you to where you belong, Momo. I mean, if she was just going to do that, why couldn't she have stopped us from ever coming here to begin with? My strength is admittedly small, but it is all you have to live with. Do you understand, Nina? Thank you for bringing Ryu here. Guardian Gar, your mission is now complete. And Peko can return them all. What about me, Myria? You didn't call my name. Don't you know who I am? You're Yggdrasil. You won't be able to get away with this. Not while I'm around. All I'm doing is leading my children by the hand. You're doing no such thing. Giving them a world they can live in. Myria. These so-called children crossed the entire world to get here and overcame the myriad barriers that you set before them, all for the sake of helping their friend, Ryu, find his destiny. Ryu. Very well. We will let Ryu decide. What do you want to do? If you give up your power, the world will continue to live under my protection, as it has until now. Your power, which has brought you here, is too big for the world, like the other brood once did. Accept your fate, my Ryu. Alright. We have control of Ryu. Bye. No. That's not how this works. So we can talk to people. It's because of all that nonsense she's going on about that Tipu ended up the way he did. She messed with my brother. That's the one thing I can't forgive. I brought you here simply because I wanted to know the truth about my own actions. It may have been a selfish reason, but I have learned one thing from all this. Now more than Myria, I trust you, Ryo. I only know how to fix machines, you know? But we can dig up those machines, even if they're buried in a desert, and learn from them. Even if the world is covered in sand, we'd still be able to do something, as long as we don't give up, right? To tell the truth, I'm really frightened. We're not strong at all. If you go against fate, something awful might happen to the world. But I've always believed you weren't a bad dragon. I'll always believe that, no matter what happens. Pookie Ryu. You have to believe in yourself. And in those who believe in you. Alright. So at this point, we have to talk to Myria. A decision on which the fate of a world hangs in the balance. Give up the power of the brood and live in a peaceful world, watched over by the goddess, or believe in the power of the brood and travel into the empty desert, where unknown dangers await. How is it unknown? We've traveled the whole world. We've seen all the dangers. Most of the dangers have stemmed from Myria. Ryu decides too. Alright, so you can actually choose either of these. Well, I'll tell you right now, we're not going to choose give up your powers. Because I'll tell you what happens, or what I remember happening. You just get like this short little scene. Ryu is shown being in that place Eden was, and the world just continues on, and then you get the game over. That's it. The game ends. That's an ending. It's kind of lame. We're not going to do that. We're going to choose our own path. Ryu realized he couldn't give up his power. And this gets us to the true and good ending. Of course, he thought of his people, and his destiny, and Tipo. But more importantly, he felt that if he gave up his power, he would no longer be himself. Do you realize what it is you are trying to do you? By making me your enemy, you realize you are making the whole world your enemy, don't you? That's not true. She's lying. I have faith that the brood are not so foolish. Come, lower your weapon. Ryu realized it was foolish to challenge a god. He's not much of a god, but he held his ground. My poor Ryu. Your great power has driven you mad. Listening to you drives us mad. What of those who do not have such power like the brood? They cannot live without my protection. That's not true. By not giving up your power, you threaten their very existence. We're not threatening any of them. Just as I always believed, the brood truly are a danger, a threat to the world. Only a threat to your ego. Not true, Myria. It just means that life is no longer content to live in the little cage you have made for it. Yggdrasil, no matter what you say, I will protect this world, for the sake of all life on it. Myria, life in your world has been protected from the desert and death, but that's not the same as living. Ryu, son of the accursed brood, the time for talk has ended. If you will not change your mind, it grieves me to harm you, but I have no choice. For the good of the world, you must die. I don't think that other room that we didn't choose didn't talk to that one person. I don't think that would have really mattered much. I mean, it does kind of fit to have Gar here, but for story purposes, but that's not with those stats. Not with that level. Do I get to make sure my formation is correct? Okay, thank you. It pains me. It grieves me, my children. that I must take up arms against you, against the very life I have sworn to protect. Why don't you give up your powers to someone who can be more responsible with it? But you must understand, Ryu. I can't let your power roam free in the world. No, we're not asking you to let us. We're just gonna do it. To protect the lives of my other children, I must become unto a fury. Oh my. Farewell, my children. Alright. Final battle engaged. Yeah, you don't have a final battle if you choose to give up your power. And we're going to handle this like the past few boss fights. Let's actually get speed going. Yeah, this is Myria. There's some epic battle music, too. Let's... Her physical attacks are probably going to hurt, so let's deal with that. I never changed Momo's accessory. Whatever. Okay, so he's doing that. We're not... Yeah, we're not going to do the... We're not going into Tiger form just yet. Now, Myria's HP... Final boss fights in... Well, at least in Breath of Fire 3 and 4. These were both on the PS1. Have, like, a ridiculous amount of HP. Especially in Breath of Fire 4. I remember the final boss took me, like, an hour and a half to beat. Just the battle part alone. Kind of want to heal that. Oh, we don't have double extra turns yet. Then again, what is she going to do? Let's get a second speed on Ryu. See if maybe this will be enough. Now, I don't know her exact health total. I don't know if it's like 20,000 health, or 15,000, or 25,000, or 30,000. Somewhere in that big range. Sanctuary. Oh, doesn't that... There's no point in doing that if she's just going to dispel it. Okay, then. Fine. I still feel like having one... I feel like having a Protect Up, but I don't know. Let's do our Myrmidon stuff. And you... I don't even know anymore. I was supposed to influence. That's what, because Ree's transforming. Inferno. Well, that hurt a little. But, like, it's not bad. Oh, we do need to heal, though, but I need to get... I need to get the, influence up. It's gonna be a bigger pain in the butt if we die, so let's just hope Ree doesn't kill us. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna do this. Okay, we're full up, just Yep, smack her. Evil Eye. Oh, you can do that? Well, this is why Momo has those protectors on. Okay, you really need to influence here. Oh, we're getting good damage. Okay, wait till she does her physical attack. I remember it's really creepy. I hope she shows it off before we kill her. I don't just want to spam Vitalize every turn. I don't think that's necessary against her. She is a really tough fight, but I think the Chimera was a bit tougher. Well, from what I remember. Oh, yeah, she's using Evil Eye, too. Oh, here we go. Yeah, her stomach explodes into a bunch of tentacles. I'll be seeing that in my nightmares. Okay, you demonstrated your physical attack. You can be dead now. Ah, we might need Restore this time. And yeah, I'm going with the Myrmidon again because it's just way more AP efficient than Kaiser is. Kaiser doesn't even seem to do the amount of damage that these... Oh my goodness. That's really bad. Oh, we gotta start healing. Mass status effects. Venom. I don't like this ability. The party regains sanity. I'm glad they can regain sanity, but... Actually, do I have an item that can remove status from all people? Is that what Moon Tears does? Restores party's HP instead. Yeah. Oh, that hit. Yeah, that'll work. Evil Eye. Alright, well, we gotta fix that now, too. But I think we've pretty much got her. I mean, she's not like one-shotting our people the way the Chimera was. But I do know that this fight will be kind of an endurance test as well, as is kind of typical for Breath of Fire final bosses. Again, I can't really comment on Breath of Fire 2 because I haven't really played that one, but I have experience with 3 and 4. And 1. But I only played through Breath of Fire 1 in its entirety one time. Oh, Sirocco, yeah, she does this too. She also does Molineer. Because of course. This I'm gonna Vitalize. Yeah, protectors would be a good idea for everybody, I think. So that way this doesn't happen. I mean, I can just Moon Tears this every time. We're gonna run out of that. Nice! We got the punch off. And it was on her face, or giant snake body. Oh, here's Molinear. You used that on the wrong person. Alright, let's take this moment while we can. And we can give Ryu a Wisdom Fruit just to keep him in Dragon form. This is part of my normal strategy even when I go into the Kaiser form. Is to just use AP restoration items. You guys haven't seen me use these items like all game. Holocaust. Oh, that is creepy. Yeah, I remember she had an attack where her face melts away and fires laser. I'll be seeing this in my nightmares too. You know, that wasn't that bad. I'll just heal that up. Yeah, and it's pretty clear by this point she can't withstand our power. It's just a matter of time. She's using Restore now. Oh, that's how you want to spend your time? Restoring 300 while I'm hitting you for, like, 1400? Sure. Now, here, let me show you how this is done. I think when she starts using Restore, she might be close to dead. Oh, that was still 330. Oh, tentacles. Oh, stomach tentacles. That's still really gross. She hasn't done that Sanctuary yet. I guess maybe the game, maybe she's programmed to do Sanctuary if you have a certain number of buffs on. Whatever. Clearly we don't need those buffs. Oh, I thought that was her Restore for a moment. No, we're faster. She has a ton of health. The other thing I don't like about this is if she does a physical attack on someone, it will kill them from this range. So, could also do a multivitamin. Why not? I've been collecting these. Oh wait, that's... Wasn't there one that... Oh, restores 100 HP to party member. Vitamins. I would have liked more of these. Holocaust. Oh, that is such a creepy attack. Just her face melts away. Okay, we're gonna vitalize now. Oh, she's getting a Sirocco off before... How is she suddenly faster than us? This is fine, actually, because everybody survives it. Some people just barely? Okay, we got her. Yeah, when her little bar with the question health total goes away, you know the battle's over. Hey, I got her first try. I didn't game over. I have game over to her before. But we have a really strong party, too. It's over. No, for you, it's just the beginning. It was a long, hard journey, but we did the right thing, didn't we, Ryu? Gar? As a guardian, my life must end here with the goddesses. Time to die. Go. From now on, you must walk your own. My world. I tried, but it wasn't enough. I fear the world will be destroyed again. What should I have done? What could I have done? If there is a God, answer me. Supposedly you were supposed to be the god. What should I have done with the brood? Let them live in peace. Oh! Sister. It's for the best, Myria. You've protected this world until now. You went too far in your attempt to wipe out the brood. Wipe them out for no reason just because they had power, but you were fine with other monsters that had plenty of power. In the end, that was something your children had to overcome to go beyond, in order to walk on their own. Yeah, remember this whole thing is an orbital station. We went way up into the sky after Zarzan to get here. And it seems like with the death of Myria, this whole place is kind of collapsing. Don't worry. They can take care of themselves better than you think. They, and the world, are stronger than we think. I'm sure of it. Yeah, they survived. Now we get some different graphics for them, sprites. By the way, Myria talked about machines, not allowing machines that would kill or harm people or be weapons. What do we call Momo's bazooka? Like, hello? Okay, anyways. Time for my final review of the game. And so, Breath of Fire 3, one of my favorite RPGs of all time. Minus those segments with the training Bade and the Desert of Death, going through the desert. And then the honorable mention to the cooking segment and gathering the items for that. There were a couple other minor annoyances with certain mini games in that, but most of it wasn't too bad. Great turn-based battling. I praised about the characters having being distinctly different, and also how you can kind of build characters differently depending on what masters you give them. And it adds, and all the characters being good and usable for the final dungeon and ending and all that, just kind of adds some replay value to the game. You know, you can try playing this with a party with like Peko and Nina, for instance, and you know your team will be it'll just be fine. And I like that. I've mentioned before, I've used multiple different teams throughout the game, using the ones I can when I can. What are some other things I would like differently? I like the turn-based system. I liked the overall plot. Sometimes I felt it took a little while to get going. Like, we kind of spent a lot of time just trying to travel to a place. Like, oh, we have to see the goddess. And this was back on, like, I don't know, was it video number 30, part 30 of this series? And they're like, oh yeah, Angel Tower, we revisited Angel Tower, and now we have to go north to find the goddess. And, you know, that took a really long time between, you know, getting a boat and crossing the sea and then crossing the desert. But there were lots of cool little twists and tidbits. Some things I do wish were kind of explained a little bit more. I know there were some heavy implications with, like, those monsters in those containers at the end, those sample monsters that Myria had. I would have liked a more, like, direct connection and explanation of all that. I would have liked a better role for Tipo, not necessarily where Tipo has to rejoin the party, but it just seems a little weird that, you know, we had Tipo and Ri at the very beginning of the game, and then we lost both of them. We got Ri back, and then we don't see or hear from Tipo. We got a couple hints of that early on, of Tipo being around still. But then we hear nothing and see nothing until, like, the very end of the game. I don't know, I kind of wish there would have been a bigger role. Maybe even just some cutscenes showing, like, him or Myria, like, working behind the scenes. I'm thinking, like, sort of Final Fantasy IV style, where Golbez was, like, talking with Kain and that after, at certain points in the game, plotting and planning and that. I think that would have been a nice touch. But overall, you know, very fun adventure. I like the game. I had a great time. I'll give this game an A- overall. A- ranking. I've kind of come down on it a little bit over the years due to those few segments that I just really, really don't want to repeat. But yeah, overall, other than those segments, very fun game, fun adventure, has everything I sort of look for in the RPG. Your main character can transform into a dragon. Like, how fun is that? And then you have the Dragon Gene system where you get to splice and make different things, try out different combinations. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, life is sprouting up in the desert. Oh, it had great music. This game had phenomenal music. One of my favorite soundtracks, probably from any video game ever. Definitely, like, I like the boss battle theme. I like a lot of boss battle themes in RPGs, but especially this one. It's probably not my all-time favorite, but it's pretty close. I'm talking about the main theme, and then we had the other, like, more intense battle theme when we got to some of the more specific fights. But yeah, what else do I have to say? I don't know. I think we're good. So, and it seems like I'm kind of stuck here. I'm pushing buttons, nothing's happening. Oh, well, something happened. Thank you for playing Breath of Fire 3. You can save your game here and try to fight the goddess again. Do you want to save? Yeah, why not? I don't know why we would need to fight the goddess again, but this could be like, you know, giving you the option to go back and show the other thing. I'm not going to show that off unless a lot of people in the comments are saying they want to see a video of that. Then I'll do another video showing what happens if you give up your power to her. And I could also show off that other one librarian person we didn't talk to. But anyways, that's been Breath of Fire 3. So we're going to put this game to bed. This has been Late Night Mega. Good night, everyone.